Hey Eagles, it's Allie, and I'm going to actually shoot last week's video today because I really want to do the whole gamer love thing, and then I'm going to just catch up with the weekly ones after I shoot this. So I actually wanted to start off with saying that I'm a huge board game fanatic, and that's like the majority of all my gaming. I got into like board games I think like about 3 years ago, like really seriously into it. So the first thing I actually have to show you is a custom-made Guess Who game. I'm a member of this thing called craftster.org, and you can do like craft swaps on there with people where you agree like, oh, this is the theme, I'll send you something if you send me something, and kind of take your partner's likes and dislikes into account. And so this was for the cartoon and comic book swap, and so I had no idea. This is like one of the best things I ever got. And so she took all my favorite cartoons and comic book characters and she put them into this tiny little like travel Guess Who thing. I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm gonna try and get closer. Oh, I will come to you. Focus. So yeah, so you'll see there's Captain Planet, there's Flame Princess, there's Glenn from Walking Dead, there's a Lock and Key character. Let's see, who else do we have in here? We have Snow from Fables. All kinds of neat things. And so, coming back to you over here, so yeah, there's two of these, and there's even the tiny little cards that she made, and I haven't found anyone to play with me yet. But she just taped the little character cards onto the old, like, original cards, so everything fits in perfectly, and it's just so rad. So it's just a neat little customized thing that no one else has. But so now for games that everyone else should own, that are totally awesome. I thought I'd start off with games that are great, like icebreakers, great for people who aren't really into board games, and so if you're trying to get someone who isn't like really invested in it yet to love them, or if you just want to like put some things on a table at a party in case people want to play. The first one is Headbands, and this is a really great game. It really helps you get to know your friends and like where their minds are. Basically, if you've ever seen Glorious Bastards by Quentin Tarantino, this is the game that they're playing down in the bar where they have like the cards, like the paper cards stuck to their head. And the idea is that you're a person, place, or thing, and you can only ask questions that can be answered yes, no, maybe, or sometimes. So for example, in the box there's Napoleon, pajamas, meatball, Las Vegas. It could be doctor's office, bakery, Marie Antoinette, Gandhi, a horse, all kinds of things. And I played this with as many as a dozen people. It says it's only for 6, but we just like taped the things to our heads. You can also make up your own cards. And we actually turned it into a drinking game where if you didn't get the guess on your turn for that round, you had to take a shot. And then if someone did guess correctly on their turn, everyone else has to take a shot. So it gets progressively harder as the game goes on. But so yeah, so it's a really versatile game. They also make it for children. There's also a Disney version, which I think would be really cute. But yeah, highly recommend. Very easy to play. It takes 2 seconds to learn the rules. It's awesome. The next easy to follow game would be one that I found a lot of my board game collection on Tabletop with Will Wheaton on the Geek and Sundry channel on YouTube. It's really neat because he walks you through like what the rules are, and then you see celebrities and him play the games, and so you can get an idea of like how much fun it's going to be if you're interested in it, and how long it's going to run, and all those kinds of things. So this one I've only played a couple times. It's called Dixit, and the idea is you get these really pretty cards that don't have any words on them, and when it's your turn, you say a phrase or a word that has something vaguely to do with your card. But for example, if you had like a dragon attacking a castle, you wouldn't want to say dragon, because you're trying to convince some of the people that your card is the correct card, but you're trying to also mislead others. So the idea is once you say a word, everyone else puts down a card that they think would also apply to that word or phrase. And so everyone's trying to get people to pick their cards. So you're trying to pick something that fits well, but you don't want to be too obvious. If everyone picks your card, you don't get any points, but if some people do, you get points. The most difficult part about this game is remembering the scoring system, but it's very simple because it's just printed on the board, so if you ever have a question, you just refer back to the board. That's right in front of you. And you get to be cute little bunny pieces. Let me show you. They're really cute. There's all kinds of expansions for the game. And look at the little bunny. It's so cute. And yeah, it's really simple. So I believe it's 4 to 6 players, 3 to 6 players. And yeah, really simple stuff. It's really cool, and I think there's like 3 expansions out now, but gameplay only takes about 30 minutes. So, great game, simple rules. I'm sure you could even like add your own cards. You could probably make some out of images you find on the internet and stuff. Lots of opportunities for personalization there. Another really easy party game is Scrabble Card Slam. And basically you just start with 4 letter cards on the table, and then you divide the cards up evenly among the players. And there are no turns, it's just a free-for-all, and you're only allowed to change the word on the table 1 card at a time. So if you start with the word card, someone could then put down the H on the C and make it the word hard, and then someone else could put down a K on top of the D and make the word hark, and so on and so forth. If you're playing with all adults, you could play with not so nice 4-letter words, some cuss words if you will, just to spice things up. It also makes it a little bit harder because you don't realize what your limitations are until you try it out. So yeah, this is for 2 to 4 players. Takes about 15 minutes. Very simple rules. If you can spell, you can play the game. And then the last really easy to learn game is Flux. There's a whole bunch of variations of this. There's Wizard of Oz Flux, Martian Flux, Nature Flux, Zombie Flux is my favorite, though I don't have that one. But I play this with the kids at my work, and it's really easy because there are no rules to remember. The rules are constantly changing. There's 4 different types of cards you can get. You can get an action card, which tells you like, oh, trade cards with the player to your left, shuffle the cards in the deck, and redraw and stuff like that. Then there are goals, which is what you're working towards to win. So, for example, there's one that's called Milk and Cookies, which leads you to what the next type of card is, which is Keepers. So, for example, if you have the goal Milk and Cookies, you're going to be looking for the cards of Keepers, that is the milk and the cookies. 2 separate cards together equal a goal. But the hard part is, you might be saving up, looking really hard for this Keeper, only to realize the next turn the person next to you changes the goal and now you need to find the lawnmower in the grass or something. Really simple stuff. And then the last card you can get is a new rule. So maybe instead of picking up a card and putting down a card, now you can pick up 4 cards, maybe you can only have 2 cards in your hand. Maybe all those keepers you have in front of you, now you can only have 2, so you have to whittle them down. Very simple to play. I played this with kids as young as in 2nd grade, so like, what is that, 7 years old, 8 years old? Really easy, really fun. And I like all the different versions. Zombie one's my favorite though. And then my last 2 favorite games are a bit more involved. I also found these board games on tabletop. My winning favorite one is Small World. And the concept of this game is that on the board you have a limited number of territories, and gameplay is great because you have to pick a race and a power, which are automatically shuffled and randomized. So, for example, there are, on the back of this box, there's Tritons, Amazons, Skeletons, Ghouls, Trolls, and Humans. And then they're paired up with a power, and like I said, every game is going to be a different power. So it might be you can have something that helps protect your people so someone else can't attack you. It might be that you can use more people to go attack more people. It might be every time you attack a group of people, you get more money. And so the object of the game is to take over the most land and, maintain that, and also to collect the most money. It's really fun. This is definitely a stab your friends in the back kind of game. The standard edition is a 2 to 5 player game, but now they have a 6-player board where you play on teams. I haven't played it yet, but I do have it on hold for me at my comic book store. So I'm really excited to play that. Excuse me. This says it's for ages 8 and up. I don't know any 8-year-olds who would have the attention span for this. It can last over an hour, but it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. And my favorite race are rat men because there are many, many, many of them. So you use them for maybe a turn or 2 and you wipe out the entire board, and then you retire them and go get a new race and a new power. So it's super awesome. There's a whole bunch of different expansions. There's one where it's all underworld stuff. There is one where you can customize the board and make it any shape and combination that you want. There is an expansion that connects the underworld to the original realm called Tunnels. And then there's a whole bunch of mini expansions that have just like new powers and new races, and it's a whole lot of fun. It's a great customizable game that I highly recommend. And then the other one is Ticket to Ride. Whoop. And the idea here is that you are trying to complete train routes. The more routes you complete and the longer the route, the more points that you get. And at the end of the game, you want to be the person with the most points. And pretty much at the beginning of the game, you choose between 1 to 6 routes. And at the end of the game, if you haven't completed a route, the points it would be worth is then deducted from your score. So if you have like a total of 100 points, and let's say you didn't complete a 25-point card, you're going to only end up with 75 points at the end. And it's just so much fun. There's Europe and Asia versions as well, so there's like new routes and things, and just a nice different gameplay. Yeah, I have almost lost friendships over this. Like, I remember one time I was playing with a friend's house, over at a friend's house, and I wasn't quite paying attention. We had been drinking, so I was a little buzzed, and I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. It was like, oh, it's the end of the game, I don't have any more routes to complete. I'm just gonna get rid of some, like, I'm gonna find a space where I can just put down any color I want. And I was like, oh look, there's a 3-piece right there, boop, boop, boop. And without realizing, I blocked my friend from having the longest train route, which would have given her like a bonus of 10 points. She was really angry. So after you play Ticket to Ride, you definitely need to play a cooperative game so you guys don't hate each other. One game that I do not have yet, but I do want, is a great co-op game, and it's called Castle Panic. And the idea is that you are a bunch of knights and archers and people defending your little castle. And goblins are coming in from all sides attacking your castle. And so you have to exchange like, oh, well, you need this color to go knock over that really big troll dude over there, so I'm going to exchange cards with you. And then, oh, well, we can see that over here, we don't need to worry about this goblin yet, so this guy can, you know, work ahead with your other friend, and then they can, like, you have to learn to prioritize, strategize, and work together. If one person loses, we all lose. So it's a great way to, like, kiss and make up at the end. But yeah, I would really love to see you guys talk about what some of your favorite board games are. If you are into board games, let me know down in the comments below. And otherwise, other than board games, I play a couple video games. My father has a PS3, but I'm really bad with the like dual joystick thing. I'm still stuck in N64 mode where there's just one joystick. I cannot look around and run at the same time. I tried playing Dead Island for an hour. I was stuck in, like, for at least 20 minutes, I was stuck in that stupid elevator because I couldn't remember how to crouch down and get out of the stupid elevator, and I kept dying, so I just finally gave up and gave it back to my friend Jeff. I was like, I cannot do this. I just want you to take it away from me and leave it alone. But I have been playing Resident Evil 4 on the Wii because it's on a track system, so I don't need to look around and move. I can just look around and shoot things, and I'm getting pretty good at headshots, which is pretty awesome. And I've also really enjoyed in the past playing Skylanders. I'm currently playing through Adventure Time, the side-scroller game, on my little, on my DS. I had Pokemon Black 2, but I never completed it because I couldn't remember what my mission was. There should just be an automatic button on your DS that goes, oh hey, yeah, by the way, you're supposed to be doing this right now. Because then I finish the games. Because I'll put it down for a week, and then I'll pick it back up, and I'll be like, oh, what the hell am I doing? And then I don't know. So it's super annoying. Otherwise, I like a lot of casual games, like Peggle. I've played some of the Portal game. I haven't completed it. I need a mouse for my computer. I also need a better graphics card, because my graphics are crappy on my laptop. I am gonna buy a couple different games on Steam soon. I want to get Stacked, and I want to get, oh, it's gone from my brain right now. I posted just on Facebook the other day. It is the one Kickstarter that was an indie game by Double Fine, and it just released part 1. Oh, what is that called? It's gonna bother me, but it's really cool because you're following a girl protagonist and a male protagonist and a boy protagonist, and they go through these really cool worlds. Like there's like a treehouse fort world, and then there's like sandcastle world, and it's so pretty. It's beautifully done. It's I believe it's a point-and-click adventure, which is perfect for me because, as I said, I cannot look and run at the same time. I also want to get there's like a Big B Wolf from Fables game on Steam right now that I want to get. And it's by the same company that also does the Jurassic Park adventure and also the Walking Dead, the Good One adventure. So I want to get all three of those too. So yeah. Otherwise, gamer stuff, I think that's about it. I don't really play, like, I don't really do, like, Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or anything like that. I don't do HeroClix. Yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, let me know what you guys are into in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.